In this example, we're going to look at a time series graph. Now, a time series graph is used to show changes in data over time, which is why it's called a time series graph. And this is particularly useful when you're trying to track progress over a period of time, or you're trying to identify a trend or a pattern over a period of time. Now, when we make a graph for a time series, the x-axis is always going to be whatever unit of time that you're using in that scenario. And the y-axis is going to be whatever you're tracking. In this example, we're tracking visitors over 6 months. So we're going to be looking at our units of time as months. Now, when we make our graph, our x-axis is the time, so that's going to be the month. So another way that you might see this, because some people like to have numbers on the x-axis and not actually label it with words, you might actually see something that says let x equal 0 represent January. So then February would be x is equal to 1, March would be x is equal to 2, etc. So just when you're reading the graph, read all of the information that's labeled around it so that you know what those values on the x-axis represent if they're not labeled in words like this. All right, now on the y-axis, we're tracking the number of visitors. So we're going to write whoops, I think I spelled that wrong. Okay, so on the y-axis, we have visitors. Now I'm going to start at 900 and go up to 1400. And because I'm not starting at 0, I want to use that little compression symbol to let the reader know that from 0 to 900 on the graph has been compressed. Not starting at 0. I'm going to put 0 to 900 is compressed. Okay, so I'm going to start at 900 and go up to 1400. All right, so there's our y-axis, and now we can start graphing. In January, there was 950 visitors, so that's going to be about right here. And then in February, we have a little over 1,000, 1025, so about right here. And then in March, we have 1,100, so about right here. And then in April, we have 1,200. And then in May, we have 1,300. And then in June, we have 1,400. And then you want to connect the dots, of course. Now, this data is easy because it's a small data set to view and see that it's steadily increasing. When you have a large data set, this is going to be especially useful to track your trends to see when it's increasing and decreasing.